if that's the ice cream truck or what, but they're trying to make it. This is some kind of experience and a lot of walking. Several different videos.
But how would you really know that there were two groups? Because in 1880, there was found in the tunnel an inscription, and the inscription says, as one group raised the axe towards the other group, and as they could hear each other, then they met. And when they met, the water was flowing from the spring to the pool. This inscription perpetuates, commemorates the meeting point, the time of the meeting of those two groups. And it was taken to Istanbul and to the Archaeological Museum. And in 1995, the Jewish state asked from the Turks the inscription, but the response was no. The Jewish state asked to borrow the inscription for a few days, and the answer was no. And till nowadays, it is being held in the Archaeological Museum in Istanbul. So this is the inscription. And again, we have here the pool, and don't be confused, we didn't excavate the pool. This is the pool where the blind person, according to the New Testament, was killed by the sentence of Jesus when he sent him right here, and he put mud on his face, and this is where he was killed. The water of this pool was considered to be very, very important, holy water. For example, water libation on the altar in the temple, a few spiritual functions, and all the pilgrims who came to Jerusalem used this pool. I mean, what was the function of this pool? So there are a few opinions in the research. One opinion says drinking, second opinion says bath. There is my opinion, which is the right opinion. This is purification. Don't forget, the highest level of purification is a purification that is being done by a spring water. And this is the only water source in Jerusalem which has a water that comes from the spring. The only water source in Jerusalem at the time. So yes, all the pilgrims came here, used the pool here, and from the pools they went up to the Temple Mount. Now, the reason we cannot enter inside, because right now there are two groups who are exposing the street, the steps of the street. The group which is excavating right here, they found the beginning of the street, you see the steps? And the group which is excavating in the middle of the street is exposing right now these steps. And the street, I mean, this is one long street which goes all the way up. So all the all the pilgrims were walking on the steps 2,000 years ago. Thousands, millions of pilgrims from all over the world, from the pool to the Temple Mount. So if this is the street which goes up and it's being revealed right now. I mean, right now they are exposing the street. What is under the street? Underneath we found the drainage system of Jerusalem. And you know, personal things fell off into the drainage from the street above, through the manhole. So in the drainage we found few objects like this object. What is this object? This is a golden bell. Who did wear a golden bell? The high priest. How many? 72 golden bells. Maybe one of them fell into the drainage and it was left in the drainage for 2,000 years. Now, by the way, there is a problem with what I've said because the high priest could not walk with the official uniform outside the temple. But I'm sure that he returned, he came back from the dry cleaning. So then it fell into the drainage system at the time, okay? So we found a few other things, like for example, we have this menorah, piece of stone, on which you can see the engraving of the menorah. And you can see the menorah, again, 2,000 years ago in the drainage. The menorah has legs. You see the legs. But the symbol of the Jewish state, what is the symbol of the Jewish state? Remember? The menorah. And this is the menorah of the Jewish state.
Wow.
This symbol of the Jewish state does not have legs. It has bases. This is against what was found in archaeology. Why the Jewish state did not choose the menorah with the legs? And what is the answer? Have you been in Rome? One of you from Italy, maybe?
Yes.
You're from Italy? You're from Italy? Okay,
Maybe
good.
from Italy. I have been there.
Okay, you've been in Rome probably, yes. And what is in Rome? In Rome you can find many things. One of the things we can find is this gate. This is Titus Gate, Victory Gate. This gate was built in the year 81 CE, and in respect to Titus, who succeeded in putting down the Jewish rebellion, in destroying the temple. Within the gate, you can see Roman soldiers taking the looting, the plunder from the temple. And in the looting, what do you see? It's very, very obvious, the menorah. Now, Jews in Rome did not walk in this gate, did not walk for 2,000 years. There was a decree of the rabbi of Rome, and he said, the rabbis in Rome over the course of history, and they said Jews cannot walk in the gate because this gate is a humiliating gate. This gate humiliates the Jewish sovereignty, Jewish people. When was the first time the Jews went within the gate? The first time Jews entered the gate was in November 29th, 1947.
Wow.
What was on November 29th? On November 29th, the UN decided to divide the land of Israel into two states. The partition plan, Jewish state and an Arab state. And the Jews were rejoicing, and the Jews in Rome were celebrating that decision by standing in front of the gate, and they entered the gate towards Israel, the land of Israel, with the flags. And I interviewed the daughter of the chief rabbi of Rome, and she told me that her father in 1950 stood in front of the gate and he said, Titus, we beat you. After 2,000 years, we are coming back to the land of Israel. And this is a great redemption. I mean, this is the realization of the prophecy of Isaiah. And you know what? I want to finish the tour with a prophecy. In the western wall, on the wall of the Temple Mount, there was found in 1980, there was found a stone on the western wall, and on the stone there was found graffiti. And the graffiti looks like this. This is a verse from Isaiah. And the verse on the wall says the following: "U'eitem dasas libchem ve'atzmotechem kadeshet tifrachna." You will see, your heart will rejoice, and your bones will flourish. As the bones will come up, resurrect from the cemetery, so the Jewish people will come up from the exile and will come back to the land of Israel.
Hallelujah.
Now, this prophecy was engraved on the wall 1,500 years ago.
Wow.
1,400 years ago, after the destruction of the Second Temple. No one knew about this inscription because it was underground. It was found only in the excavation in 1970s, 1980s. Okay? In 1948, there was the War of Independence. And in the war, after the war, the chief rabbi of the IDF entered the Jordanian territory in order to collect all the bones, all the bodies, which were Jewish bodies, which were left inside Jordan, and to bring the bodies to an official funeral in the Jewish state. There was one exception, one place where the Jordanians told the rabbi you cannot get into, and the bodies were left inside. This is the Jewish quarter. In the Jewish quarter, underground, there was a mass grave. Mass grave?
Yes,
Okay? And there were 48 bodies, and the rabbi could not take the bodies. He was forbidden to get inside. So the Jewish state wanted to commemorate those bodies. So in 1956, the Jewish state decided to build a monument to commemorate those bodies which were left in Jordan, in the Jewish quarter, you know. And in this monument, on this monument, it was written the following: "Uritem v'sas libchem v'atzmotechem kadesha tifrachna." From Isaiah. This is 1956. In 1980, the very same verse was found. "Uritem v'sas libchem v'atzmotechem," the same verse from Isaiah. I mean, in 1956, the Jewish state could not imagine that someone else, someone in 1,500 years before, he was already putting this verse on the wall, and the Jewish state did not know, and only after Six Day War, the Jewish state exposed this verse, which shows how this verse is living, is kicking, and is being realized nowadays. I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you for your coming to City of David. And if you want to ask, please, you can ask any question. Okay. Can we go back to the point where we started? Going up, please.
Take a picture of me facing the pool. You could just touch this right there, that part right there.
This, not in the middle?
Not in the middle.
Not in the middle.
Yeah, it's swimming also.
Okay.